Showtime.
Bum, 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 bum. 4 minutes. Oh, I could still see you on my end. I like this. Sorry. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
I can still see you too.
Yeah, but everybody else is well, yeah, I'm echoing. All right, I got 3 minutes. 3 minutes. All right.
I had to wear glasses today because I think I'm going blind.
I pull this up and it says tarot. Why does it say tarot? So I have to fix that.
3 minutes until showtime.
Update.
Well, at least everyone will see my mug today.
Yeah, this program's actually pretty cool. I really enjoy this one. I really do. All right, we got about
That's good.
2 minutes. Hmm. Hey, Becky.
Yeah, you get to see them all come on.
Yeah.
I'm in the quiet zone over here.
Well, if you go on to the ATU Network Awakening the Unknown, you get to see them. I get to see all the channels I'm streaming to. So it's pretty cool.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So every channel I stream to, and here we go. Every channel I stream to, I get to see everybody. I get to see all the comments because I've got like, right now I think I'm streaming to like 7 different platforms. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Plus it's,
well, everyone will see my mug. In your mug.
Yeah, plus it's plus the audio part, it gets downloaded through my RSS feed, and it's on iTunes, iHeart, Google Play, TuneIn. They could download it anywhere. So it's pretty cool. Oh, Becky.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, I still got an echo on your end. Oh, let me.
I don't know how. I don't know why.
Let me try to turn this down a bit. All right, maybe I turn my mic down a bit. Sorry, rushed supper. Almost showtime. Less than a minute, guys. Less than a minute. Okay. That is over there. Goes over there. Okay. Go over here. Oh, look at this. All right. Sit back. Okay. Here we go.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Love Talk Radio.
This is Susan Swanbeck, CEO of the ATU Network. This work is protected by Creative Commons licensing.
For the next 2 fun-filled hours, get ready to learn something new, be inspired, enlightened, spooked, helped, laugh, cry, and be awakened. And your host of Awakening the Unknown. You never know what these 2 will be up to next. So please welcome Susan Swanbeck.
Hey, everybody.
Michelle Sullivan.
Okay. Most of you notice it's me and Cynthia today. Cynthia Malik is our mystery guest, but for those listening in, Michelle will not be here today. She does have something going on with her father, and I think I warned all the listeners that she would be in and out. But you know, the show still goes on. We just keep asking that you guys all keep her father in your prayers, in your healings, in your blessings, all your light work, all positive energy. We really, really need it right now for him. So I'd really appreciate sending out as much love, healing, blessings, everything you guys can think of. Please send it out because they're really going to need it. So I just wanted to fill you in on that, but I will still see you here for Teaching Thursdays tomorrow. So if you guys get tired of looking at my mug, I'm sure I could find another way to have a goofy hairstyle. Just for you guys. Look at this. Pigtails. Sort of. There you go. whatever works, right? So, and tonight we have Miss Cynthia Malik, and those that do watch this show on a regular basis know that she is somewhat of a regular guest of ours. She is a very talented individual, and her knowledge is extremely vast. She is also a reverend. She's a teacher. She does reading. She is in the process of doing some research for a book, and she has so many talents right now. It's really hard to just fit her into one show. Plus, you know, we like having her on. So, sorry, you're stuck with us. So, without further ado, welcome, Miss Cynthia. Hello, Cynthia.
Hello, everybody.
So, how are you doing?
Doing good. Just keeping myself busy, doing a lot of readings and ancestral cleansings. But also, too, I've been writing a book about alpha, beta, and omega personalities and everything, dealing with relationships, different things like that. Also, too, I mix the zodiac signs with these personalities and everything, how you can do good in a relationship, but most of all, just matching up a perfect relationship together instead of going through those trials and tribulations all the time, especially those aggravations.
Wow. You know, that is awesome because during our tarot show, a lot of times, and even during Chakras, a lot of the questions that we do receive has a lot to do with relationships. So how do people know who's right, who isn't? I mean, I know there's a lot of information. I mean, literally, do people understand? I mean, you guys know what alpha, omega, and beta are. I mean, do you understand the terminologies and how they fit? Not you, the audience.
The main thing, yeah.
More coffee.
Some get confused.
Yeah. So why don't you just give a short, or if you can, give a definition of the differences, like what alpha, omega, and beta is in the terminology of your book that you're writing.
Well, the alpha characteristics is they come, male and female, they come out as confident. They're business oriented. Also, too, you don't get a reaction from them. If they have to do something and you're complaining or you're picking or whatever, you won't get an action from them. They'll do what they want to do. Anything, nothing stands in their way. And if you get into a relationship, say that you're an alpha female and he's an alpha male, the thing is like I was telling you before, is that alpha males, they'll love their self more than they love what's in the relationship. That's what they do.
Is it?
But and it's like, go ahead.
Is it possible for an alpha to actually love a relationship and what they do at the same time?
Yeah, they can, but not with another, like not with an alpha female. Or if you're an alpha female and you're going with an alpha male, the only thing you be doing is fighting for control or dominance.
Huh. That makes sense. That makes sense. So what is a alpha?
You know,
What is a beta?
so a beta is a kind of person that is a follower. Okay, these characteristics. This kind of person is a kind of person that will pick up your traits. Will not focus on doing for themselves. They'll be doing for others what other people tell them to do.
Huh.
You know. Also, too, they can be some betas can be very, very fake. You know, they can be too nice to you and everything just to get into your business and everything else and take what is yours.
Yes, sounds familiar. It really.
That's what a beta is.
Huh. What about
Yes.
what about an omega?
An omega personality is they're very laid back. And a kind of person, they live in their own world. It's almost like picture a character sitting on the couch, playing video games, being sloppy, being lazy, things like that. But the thing is, an omega can change. A beta will always stay the way they are, and an alpha will always stay where they are. Okay? But omega can change. It's almost like an omega can have a makeover, male or female.
Wow.
Okay? and that's it. But the thing what's funny, how an alpha is so dominant in everything and can't be with an alpha, but the beta is just a booty call, and the omega, they would love to be in a relationship with them because omegas are very nurturing also.
Huh. So there's good and bad sides to both of them then.
Yes.
Wow. So an omega and omega can't be in the relationship. Now a beta and a beta, there's a problem?
No, because they don't. Oh, yeah, because, well, put it this way. If you put a beta and beta together, there'll be a kind of couple that'll be almost like corn artists because they're fake. They you know, they can even be fake for themselves.
Right.
So if you put both betas together, they'll be like, you know, who we gonna con today? Who we gonna fake out today?
Wow.
You know? Or they can fake out each other.
Oh.
It's just, put it this way, it's just a relationship of convenience. A beta and a beta.
Huh. So how does this fall in line with your astrological signs?
Well, the main thing, you think of it, okay, like an alpha female, alpha male. Capricorns are very business oriented and everything else. That's an alpha.
Okay.
Geminis, they have two personalities. Okay, they have two personalities and everything else. They can be an omega, like I was telling you, and they can be an alpha. You know, they can split their personalities in half. Okay. Also too, in Aries. Aries is an alpha all the way. That is the first thing. They're warrior-like. They're out there. They're out there. They're ready to fight.
Wow.
Okay, and taking real dominance.
Wow.
But the thing is, mostly in everything with all these. See, alphas are leaders. They always going to be leaders. Okay, they're not going to be followers at all. Betas are more like the Pisces. Okay, Pisces, laid back. They you know, they complain a lot. They boudet, like they say in Louisiana. They get really. They complain. They don't do nothing for themselves. They're followers. You know, they complain about their life, but it's a beta is a chosen life.
Oh.
If you chose this relationship, You want to be miserable. You chose this relationship. You don't want to change it, but you're complaining about it. That's how a beta is.
Huh.
Okay. And that's a Pisces, and that's a Virgo, and sometimes Aquarius. Because Aquarius can be a loner, or Aquarius can be a beta. Can be tell you things that you want to hear and be fake about it.
Now, what if in your say if you have your birth chart done, so to speak, and you don't follow the normal guidelines according to your birth chart, how does that fit in with the zodiacs? Because your birth chart is in so many different places. You're not clustered. Like Michelle is an Aries, she's clustered. She's all Aries. I'm not all Gemini. I am all over the place. I've got earth, air, fire, and water all in me, everywhere in my sign. Michelle is all fire. So how would that fit into play?
Well, with the three characteristics, omega, beta, and alpha, and alpha, you can fit with all those traits. Like alpha, you can be business oriented in your sign. Right. Okay, even though you're all over the chart and you go with the sun sign or whatever out there, you can be an alpha in business, but you can be laid back like an omega. And a beta, sometimes when things get bad or whatever, you get frustrated, you complain about it, and it takes you a minute to do something about it or whatever. You can be those characteristics, but you're not dominating one.
Huh. So pretty much just the mixed up mutt.
That's how.
I'll keep them guessing.
Yeah.
I like keeping them.
Yeah.
Hello, Jim. How you doing, honey?
Yeah, you keep them.
I do. I like keeping them guessing.
You do keep them guessing.
You never know. Sometimes I'm so serious.
But you're more of an omega too. You're more of an omega than anything else because you can go through changes. If you don't like a thing in your life, you can change it.
Yeah.
Okay. So an omega is a sign, a character that you can change. It's a place where you can change. It's a whole different character in your life.
Yeah, I really think that parts of me are omega, but when it comes to certain things like the network that I've built, that's a beta. But when it comes to like the networker I built or the crystal thing that I built up, that's when I'm the omega. It's like, oh no, it's going this way. That's when that comes into play. But I am very adaptable when it comes to other people, situations, and kids. So yeah, maybe it's a cool thing. And then when I'm having a day where I just don't feel like rushing, I'm there in my pajamas. Just let me have some coffee. So yeah, makes sense. It makes a lot of sense.
You have that omega personality. You can change it. Alpha, you take control. Is dealing with your business and everything else.
Yeah.
The beta, you have your negative days. You don't want to do anything or whatever. The thing is, you might complain about it a little bit, but then you change. Then you get out of there. Betas are chosen. If you want to stay in that direction, that's a chosen.
And that's what it is. It's like, okay, why am I tribute? I have to get into everything, but you know what? I'll get up and do it. But I'll complain about it first sometimes. But I'll get up and do it. I say, we're the I'm the tribute of the sea people. Oh, if you've ever watched Hunger Games, everybody. So that's the district. I'm in the ocean. Yeah, I am. Oh my goodness. That's How long have you been researching all of this?
Well, you know what's funny? Because the spirits have been showing me wolves. dreams and dream. When I dream about wolves, being in a wolf pack, being and stuff like that. And I just put it together. It's like, okay, if wolves have an alpha, an omega, and a beta
Right.
in everything, just like werewolves, just like those cards you got, and everything. But the thing is, I put it in human personalities because they do the same thing,
Huh.
like a wolf pack. Even though we don't have fur and ears and four paws,
Right.
we're just like almost like a wolf pack because there's followers, there's leaders that are laid back like a hippie.
Yep. Like fireman.
So that's how I.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I mean, this is that.
But that's how. I mean, that's how it is.
This is the wolf pack. This is the wolf pack she's talking about. It's werewolves. And I guess it's indigenous is what it is. So this is a really strange pack. So I have no idea. So I guess it's meant for someone. I don't know. That's how usually things end up. They're meant to go somewhere. That's all I know. So, yeah. So those that are just tuning in, Michelle's father is not so good. So she will be on and off for quite a while until we know what's going on with her. But don't worry, I'll be here. You guys are stuck with me. So I'll just keep changing my hairstyle to keep you on your toes. So for those that watch, I don't know what else to do. I can get really goofy. Do you know that we have a couple callers on the line, Cindy?
Okay.
Okay. So would you like to take your first caller?
Yes.
All righty. So we are going to answer 2968. You will be the first caller here. Hi, you're live on the air with A2 Network. Who are we speaking with?
This is Craig. How you doing today? How you doing?
I'm doing well, Craig. Do you happen to have a question for Cynthia?
Yeah, I do. I always find myself having to deal with people that don't understand why I can't operate from the left side of my brain. And I have a heck of a time trying to tell them what happened.
Cynthia, can you hear him okay?
Yeah, I hear him.
Okay.
I hear him. And the thing is, I mean, from side of your brain and everything, the main thing is that people don't have to, when you explain it and they don't understand and everything else, they're not at your level. They're not at your level of different things like that. And especially if you're trying to explain to someone, they can be another characteristic that they just want to make up conversation with you or do something in a positive way of trying to understand you. Can't really understand you, and they're trying. So just tell them, this is how it is and everything. You don't have to go overboard. You don't have to please people. You don't have to apologize because they don't understand where you're coming from.
Man, I tell you, man, it's, the only reason why I would do what you just said, which is say I'm sorry, even though I don't need to, is only because I value the relationship over the ego problem that these people got.
Well, the thing is, if these people have personalities and they have a really strong ego and everything else, you don't have to bow down to them. They're not, put it this way, you might have an omega personality and you don't have to change for anybody until you want to change, until you don't have to please anybody else. And also, too, you got a beta personality, too, sneaking in there because you want to please others when you should be pleasing yourself.
Well, I do please myself in the fact that I take responsibility for my feelings and then I get to enjoy the benefits because I'm doing that. You know what I mean? If I didn't take responsibility for my feelings, I'd be making all kinds of mistakes, and I would be all, I don't know what's wrong. Well, maybe you should take a look at your feelings in light of truth and get out of your feelings and do what you need to do.
I'm sorry, I'm trying not to touch.
Yeah, but at the same time, darling,
Yeah.
go ahead.
No, that was just me, hon. Go ahead.
I mean, that's the main thing. Okay. The main thing, hon, you take responsibility for you need to take responsibility for. But the thing is, if this keeps on going on, you know, it's like saying stop kicking a dead horse. You know, if they can't understand you the first time, you're not a tape recorder.
Yeah, I know, but I can appreciate, you know, people that are getting progress. You know what I mean? Because I looked at this progress report, and I look how slow progress is, and I see folks trying to get in the way of progress because it's so dang slow. But that don't give you a right to get in the way of it, no matter, you know, sometimes it's faster and sometimes it's slower. So I gotta remember that if I don't, you know, just because I got the credentials that put me up here where I vibrate at a higher level of myself, doesn't mean I can't come down here where these people are vibrating at a low level, because love loves you if you're on the low or a high. You know, I'm just like, you know, why would you want to spend your time over here in fear that if you don't do this and that, then the outcome ain't going to be appealing to you? I don't want to live like that. I live over here where.
Yeah, well, you know where you stand. You know where you know what you have to do and everything. If they stand there and everything else, be a leader. Make yourself raw. But at the same time, don't put yourself on their level. You can show compassion, you can show love, and you can show understanding and everything else. But don't lower yourself if you built yourself in a better structure.
Yeah.
Man, I've been doing that though, man, and that's why I'm just like frustrated. Not with the people, I'm frustrated with my own dumb self for doing that. Falling into that.
You're not dumb.
Stuff right into it.
You're not dumb. It's just that you feel comfortable in it. But the thing is, you're so worried about hurting other people or realizing you're thinking you're hurting them, but also too at the same time you're teaching them. You know, you're teaching them what they don't know, what they don't understand, and if they can't follow the protocol or they can't follow certain things and everything, it's them into. Okay, don't get frustrated because other people don't want to change or don't want to learn. You just go with the flow and move on.
Agree. Here.
Yeah, that's why I'm here with you guys. You know? Yeah, that's cool. Because I need somebody to tell me, you know. Because sometimes I listen to all this stuff all the time, and I know the difference, you know, between what's right and wrong with these folks talking. Right. Because when I'm talking, I know what I'm talking about, but I don't know what they're going to say until they open their mouth. And when they open their mouth, they tell on themselves, and they don't even know they're doing that. And I'm telling them, look, you know, this is a spiritual thing. I know you all can see me in my flesh body, but you can't see me spiritually speaking, which puts me in a different position with you. And I can't be treated bad because you can't hear. That's like, you know, talking to a deaf person and get mad at them because they ain't trying to do what you trying to tell them. Look, don't walk out the street. The dang cars are coming.
You know, exactly. It's everybody vibrates at a different level. Their spirit and their soul, it all vibrates at a different level. Not everybody is going to vibrate the same. And it's just maintaining your vibration on the higher level. And it's kind of teaching others how to vibrate up that high as well.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah. And I guess I just need to be a little more patient maybe with these folks. And I figured I would I mean, how much longer you need, you know what I'm saying? But then again, I got to look at myself and say, well, maybe you got in the way a few times and they couldn't see what you were saying because you was too busy in the way. And I thought, well, why don't you just sit down and shut up for a minute? Because I'm tired of the way you talking, man. You be telling all me.
Oh, the main thing is that stop making excuses for these people.
Exactly.
The thing is, you did what you had to do. You pushed yourself. You went over the load to try to teach these people to see what you see and everything else, to understand where you're coming from and everything. Like I said, you don't have to apologize or anything else like that. You just have to stop making excuses, live your life, and move on.
That's right.
Yeah,
that is right.
You got it. Man, man, that's like there's the only thing between me and what you're saying is just thin air, it's not nothing in the way, just go on and do it,
That's right.
Go.
And,
Bingo.
I know I got to.
That's right.
Sometimes I think sometimes I get a little bit worried about this and that, but then again, that's operating from the left side, and I find myself on the left side. I think, what are you doing over here? What are you doing over here? This is where fear dwells. This is where fear dwells, and when you on the other side, love kicks fear out of the way, so you can do it. I'm thinking, yeah, I got you.
That's very true. That is.
Remember, fear is a liar.
Yep.
Faith is the truth.
Boy, oh boy! I tell you, man. When you ever realize when you talk to people, it's like you're spitting fire, and that fire, it dissolves everything so that you can. So what you're saying, they can see what you're saying. You think that they would be able to see what you're saying, but
not everybody is ready.
So
that's the biggest issue.
But I know, but where you're coming from. If they could just see what you're saying, then they would be able to take a look and see where you're coming from. And it's love. I mean, come on, man. This ain't like rocket science or anything.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just difficult. It depends.
Well, just don't. I mean,
their growth. Yeah. Sorry, Cindy, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's responsibility that gets transferred to me in this situation, and I got to be responsible. I just thought, this is elementary stuff, so I figured, well, it should be like 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, but apparently it's not. It's a little more involved than just the basics. But we have to learn how to do the basics first.
Yes, we do.
Otherwise, you put yourself in a position that you ain't even qualified to be in.
True. But everybody does, like I said, ascend at their own levels. Everybody has a different perspective. And a lot of times we'll all have different paces. Some people, they can all have the same vehicle. That would be an example. Some will drive 15, some will drive 20, some will speed to get there. And it works the same way on a spiritual level. It depends on what they're comfortable, how they are approaching the situation.
I love the way you talk. That's sweet. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're being cool. I like that. So, but yeah.
And the main thing too is that you have to understand this. Some people don't want to change. They have this transition and they run away from it.
Yep.
Okay. They try to say they're changing, but they're not, because they are afraid to change. They're afraid to come out of that comfort zone.
I agree. I mean, God rest my husband's soul. I loved him to death when he was alive. But if he didn't hit a brick wall to find out that there was an actual wall there, he wouldn't have gotten anywhere in life. It was him. It's like, if you do this, you're going to hit this wall. Well, he'd still have to hit the wall on his own, because that's just who he was. And I accepted that. He just moved on a different frequency level or on a different speed than what I did. So it really depends on everybody's learning process as well, because we all learn differently. Think of it that way. Some are visual, some are audio. So there are many different types of learning abilities. So someone can speak and you can give like, you could take the same situation and give like 3 or 4 different examples in order for the entire audience to get it. It's not that they're not learning correctly. It all has a lot to do with how they learn, how they perceive things. Like my husband, he literally would have to hit a brick wall. Hon, don't step there. You're going to fall. Yep. Okay. Floor's wet. There he goes down anyways, because that's just who he was. So, and I accepted that that was his learning type. And everybody has a different learning type. Okay. And I think that's what it is. It's trying to figure out the best way to teach everybody. Like I have one style. Cynthia has another style, the way that she teaches, even though we're kind of on the same wavelength, we just do things differently, which is awesome. Makes us a great pair here.
Yeah. Because then now you got twice as much, you know what I mean?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Do you think that when people are born into this system here, we have a system. It's a world system. When they come into the system, do you think that that as their parents, you know, the flesh parents, you know, our parents in the physical bodies, you know what I mean? Do you think that they have a responsibility to teach their children the dignity and love, right?
Cynthia?
You think that that's...
Yes, they do. And I feel that the parents should give them an idea of where they came from, what environment they came from, what they learned, and you learn from their mistakes and learn from what they screwed up in and everything, so you can be better, so you can be stronger and everything. But if parents didn't bother to teach their children values or morale or anything like that, or telling them they can achieve anything, instead of talking down to them, they should be lifting them up.
Bingo, yeah, I agree. I 100% agree.
That's
I mean,
true.
Definitely building them up, making them better. And I always tell my kids, I want you guys to be better than me. You know, and I'll say the same thing to my grandchildren when they're old enough to understand me and can do more than laugh and giggle and say goo. So I'll say the same to them.
Can I throw something in there that you could look
Because the thing is,
I'm sorry.
the main thing, you need to build a structure and a foundation.
That's right. Very true.
Okay, so you're talking about the foundation, okay? Can I throw something in here concerning what you just said, the foundation?
Sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, this is the way I look at it, because I had to do my own homework, you know what I mean? And when I did my own work on myself, I got to figure this out. Otherwise, I wouldn't know what I'm talking about. But I can say this much, and I'm a father too, and I have grandkids too. So let me say this: when your kids are born, right? When your kids come into this world here, they're little babies, you know, and you hold your baby and you think, oh my goodness, you know, and then so here you are, and you're going to put everything that you want your baby to know. You're going to put that part of yourself, which you want your baby to know, and you got a window of opportunity to do this from 0 to, let's say, 6 or 7 years old, because you got to figure. You put everything you want your children to know in there at this window. It's opportunity to do it because they're still, if you will, they're still wet. They haven't hardened up yet. You know, got a little mind of their own. So when they get a little mind of their own, a little stiff neck at you, now your opportunity opens up another window for you to teach your child the difference between what's right and wrong. But where people make mistakes is they try to raise their children with their words, and their actions are what they're going to follow. They're not going to listen to what you say. They're going to do what you do. So that would be the foundation.
That's right.
You hit on, and you either put your kid
Mm-hmm.
in hand. So when life comes at your kid, it beats it up, or you put them on the truth. So you have to do what you say. You know, you can say things, but you have to back it up with action. Otherwise, it doesn't count. It only counts against you.
Right.
Right. So now this is
Right.
a mistake, because man teaches man conflicting lessons, like we just looked at. So the spirit doesn't teach you conflicting lessons. It teaches you the truth and love. So what does that mean? It means that when you make a mistake, you get to see yourself after the fact. And then you get to see what you did, and then you get to make the correction.
Right. And as far as me, because I'm also have a doctorate in holistic counseling, I personally don't feel people make mistakes. I feel that they face challenges, because a mistake is negative. I choose to take things on a more positive perspective. So if you've learned from what happened, it's a challenge that you faced and overcame.
You're absolutely right, and I'm not going to disagree with that. But I am going to reiterate what I said as far as mistakes are concerned. You're walking in love, and you may not understand how love works or how it is, because you're just becoming aware of the fact that you're walking in it. And so the fact that you make mistakes while you're doing what you're doing, because you're making it about you, when it's not about you, okay? When you look at yourself from an outside perspective, then you can see what love took care of that you couldn't do. And so now you're now when your mouth opens and your lips start moving, they're telling other people what the spirit's doing inside of you, which is changing who you are, what you think, what you say, and what you do. That's the wellspring of life.
Well, the main thing is what you're talking about when you're walking in love and the spirit and everything at the same time. What you learn from your mistakes, you can send testimonies to other people where you came from and where you are now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's the spiritual side of yourself. You know what I mean? I like when I became spiritually aware of the presence, the presence of the spiritual reality that I live in, I was in shock because I didn't know anything about it. As a matter of fact, I was saying out loud, like, you might have the wrong address. I mean, looking at myself and I'm going, no way. I mean, 17 years of being in prison, I'm a 3-time loser. I started this career of prison and stuff when I was 13 years old, and it never stopped until I became alive spiritually. And when I was looking at myself, I was going, yeah, right. I'm thinking, I don't see nothing good here. But I didn't understand that what I was looking at was my credentials, my ability to sympathize with people.
Mm-hmm.
And that blew me away.
The thing, sometimes God puts you through your trials so you can focus on your victories.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, for sure. That's why I'm happy. That's why I vibrate at a higher level, because I know I don't live on the left side. I live on the right side, and this is where there is exceeding excitement. So I'm following the excitement to the best of my ability.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I think that's what everybody does. Everybody will do what they can with the knowledge that they have at that time. Once you gain the knowledge, you might have done things differently, but you can't go back in time and change anything. Like I said, you faced a challenge. If you've learned from what happened and you've grown from it, then you faced a challenge. Maybe there was some knowledge that you needed to understand when you went through what you went through in order to get you to where you are now. That's just a different perspective and a different way of looking at things. So basically it's saying the same thing you did, just in a different way. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And plus, on top of that, your past was your past. You
Right.
cut those ties to your past and move on.
Yep.
I know the path that I was on when I lived in the world without the spiritual part of myself, well, without the awareness of it. When I lived in the world without that awareness, that was the darkest negative. But when I became spiritually enlightened, that was the brightest picture of what love has done and what love is doing and will continue to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's because
Yeah. And it'll put you more in a more positive direction.
Yep. And that's exactly what spirituality is all about. Everybody has a different perspective and a different way of growth. And some of us have to so-called, like my husband, like I said, God rest his soul, has to hit that brick wall a few times before he realizes it's there and end up with lumps on his head. But that's just the way he learns. But once he finally learns it, he learns it. He just he chose a different path in order to get to the same direction others are in. So we're getting close to the top of the hour. I'm going to talk a little bit more with Cynthia, and I want to say thank you so much for calling in, honey, and I thank you so much for sharing your journey with us. And I'm hoping that some of your words that you have spoken today are going to help somebody else out there to know that there is a brighter side. There is a brighter future. So I'm hoping the words that you did say is helping. I want to thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you. And I hope the same thing.
Thank
You
you.
have a blessed evening.
Yes, you do. Bright blessings. Well, that was awesome, actually. He was kind of testifying, so to speak. And it was just something I felt that we should go with it because I felt like he was testifying to his journey, and his message is somebody else is going to be helped by the message that he had. So out of curiosity,
Yeah.
so what would the gentleman that just called in, would he be an alpha, an omega, or beta? Or did he go from one to the other?
He went to one to the other. He went from an omega because he's ready to change.
Okay.
And everything. He's ready to change. But first, he started off as a beta because he didn't want to change.
Right.
He didn't want to change then. And he finally went to the omega saying he wanted to change. And now he's becoming that alpha.
Nice.
Control of his life.
Exactly. And that's what it really is, a journey. It's, let's see, beta, alpha, omega. Was that right? No. Aside from hey, Ro.
Alpha, beta, and omega.
Alpha, beta. I don't think I've ever done coffee. So when we go to break, I'll get some more coffee. So, but it really was interesting, and it shows that we we can learn and we can change. I've always been nurturing, yes, but I've not always had enough, I guess you could say, confidence in myself to understand that, okay, there is information I can share. There is a reason I go to nonstop education, nonstop school. So I have done that. I've grown as an individual, but I think that's a process we all go through. Do you agree?
Yes, because I went from a female through domestic violence. Then I started working, getting my education, my certifications, researching, growing. And I mean, I used to be mousy. I used to not like to go on shows like this and everything else. Now I'm like that. I'm an alpha, but I have compassion. Yes. But still, I don't take no crap.
Yeah, it's like I'm kind of the same way. When I do a lot of video, and I've always been behind the camera, And then literally when this landed in my lap, I mean, I've always been out there doing benefits as far as readings and helping people, but there was cancer benefits. It wasn't really, it was always stuff to help other people, is the way I work. But now the journey that I'm on, I feel sharing my story sometimes and sharing other people's stories will help them maybe shorten their journey. I think what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, the thing when we go through all these stages and everything else,
Right.
just don't lose your identity. Don't lose don't lose dependence that you have. Because the thing is, people are going to be out there trying to take it away from you.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And that's I've run into a few of those where individuals will try to either one, take over, or two, take ideas that I'm doing, create them differently and kind of like swipe it. So I've been through all that, but I just keep going. And that's what I'll do. I'll continue to go and continue to grow. It's who we are as individuals.
That's right.
Yeah. So
that's right. But first, we have to jump out our comfort zones.
Yeah, I did that. I actually did that. Doing a show by myself first few times, it was like, no. Who's going to want to listen to me? Everybody wants Michelle because she's goofy and blunt. And now it's like, hey, wait a minute. I'm cool with who I am, So, yeah. So it took a while for me to, even now, to change the growth. Even growth now, I'm very comfortable doing what I do. When she's going through something, I understand that. So it's a pretty awesome now is what it is. That it is.
Yeah, and sometimes it's good to have friends that are opposite of you or relationships that are opposite of you because you can build on each other from strengths to weaknesses to strengths.
Yeah, it definitely. I mean, Michelle and I are actually polar opposites a lot of times, but we learn. We learn from each other is what we do. Like it's a good example is the baking and the cooking thing. Okay, she can cook when she cooks a recipe. She can cook. I can bake. I can create a recipe. She can create a cook recipe. So it's different, but it's the same. So, and that's what it is.
Just like just like me and Bill, we're the same way.
Yeah,
we're the same way. She can get from a recipe, do what she needs, and I can bake.
Yeah,
I mean, I can cook also, but she cooks better than me. Because she has recipes, she does her thing, and she has experience in it. But when it comes to strength and everything else, I'm a go-getter. I'm ready to rip open a wall. She's over there sitting back. You know how like one child rips over the present so fast, and another child just goes very slow, and precise and everything.
Yeah.
Well, Billy's that way, and I'm the kind of child that rips that gift apart, wondering what's next.
Yeah, is not like a gift analogy. I will sit here almost, you could say I could sit in front of a computer for an entire day saying, okay, I don't know how to do this, but I'm going to figure it out. And I will I'm stubborn. I am stubborn to the core. I will find a way to do this, and I will find a way to figure it out. So, and that's what I do. I'll continue to go and go and go and go. And then I have Michelle in my ear, take a break, take a break, take a break. I'm just like, no, I'm going to figure this out. And I'm very stubborn. I got to figure it out. I got to figure out how to do it. So I get like kind of like obsessed with figuring out how to do it. But hey, it works. It definitely works. So we're getting close to the hour. I am going to take a short break a few minutes early because I need coffee. Coffee is a necessity in life to me. I mean, my blood type, Dunkin' Donuts, just so you guys know. That's my blood type, literally Dunkin' Donuts. So, and I'm going to go for a break and see if Michelle heard anything from her dad. But don't forget, when you guys do get a chance, don't forget to send a message. There are some videos and feeds and some specials going on over at Susan Swanbeck ATU. You'll be able to see all the crystals, the tarot cards, and things that are available for purchase right now. It does help. And that's what we utilize to sponsor the network. So I want to say we're actually going to be right back right after this. So stay tuned. Don't miss a note.
All right. How many other callers do we have?
Ooh, all right, guys. We are back. We're back. Don't forget, those listeners that are listening right now, you can call in at 563-999-3002. And we are back with Miss Cynthia Malik. Should I say?
Hey.
Yeah, Malik. Reverend Doctor, Dr. Reverend. I have the same problem. Do you call yourself Dr. Reverend or Reverend Doctor?
Myself, Dr. Cynthia Mullick. The rest of that stuff came right in the title thing.
Yeah,
I got too many titles.
Yeah, it's hard. It really does become hard after a while. It's what do you label yourself? Strange, unusual, fun.
Mm-hmm. And my daughter says, "Mama, you better tell them that you're a doctor of metaphysics. You're not a doctor. I said, I know, baby. I know the difference.
Yeah, I'm not a doctor either. I have a doctorate in holistic counseling. So, and I'm a certified aromatherapist, master teacher, and a reverend like you. So, now,
yeah.
Yeah. So, guys, if you want to call in and you want to speak some more to our guest, Cynthia Malik, please, like I said, call in at 563-999-3002. If not, join us over on one of our many platforms and post a question up, and we would be happy to answer it for you. Now, getting back to the beta, alpha, omega thing, seeing I'm so like all over the place. What would be the best person, say for me in a relationship, if I ever chose to, which I probably won't, but if I ever did, what would be the best relationship status for someone like me?
With someone like you, I feel you need someone that's laid back because you always want to take control.
Yeah.
Even if it's in intimacy or anything like that, you need something like an omega. An omega is the kind of person that will, an omega man that will, like, say, if you didn't want to cook dinner, he would. If it didn't feel good, he would clean the house. You need someone like that because you're taking the more business-oriented end of things because you got your show, you got this to take care of and everything. He would take care of the reins at home, still work, but take care of the reins at home as you take care of the things that need to be done, dealing with your spirituality, what you believe in, and everything else. Also, too, the omega is also would go with you really good, Susan, because is that he will balance you out in your spirituality. The alpha will be too skeptic and the beta will be too fake, and you don't like liars.
Ooh, I don't like fake. I don't like make-believe. I don't like people that come and go. I just,
that's right.
I like fake. Either stay or don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. That's the way I've always been. You know, don't pull the back and forth. And
that's my attitude too.
I don't like that. I never have. That's just, that personality doesn't fit. So, and I think I've been through that. And I think my husband was more back. Like I said, he could hit a brick wall 5 times before he realized it was there. But he always made me laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that.
Well, the omega will make you laugh and everything. The omega can be a kind of person that can change if they want to. It's on their own grounds. It's on their own perspective. It's like no one's going to tell them what to do.
There you go. Yep.
You know?
Yep.
No, you can't tell them what to do. They have to do it on their own.
Yeah.
If they don't do it on their own, they won't be satisfied.
Bingo. That is so my husband. It was like I said, he had to hit that brick wall. It's like, Joey, you got to wait for me to finish this, and then I'll help you with that. Because if you do that now, you're going to break something. No, I'm not. Smash goes the antique phone. Excuse me? Huh? Yeah. So it's the way that it was. So what personality traits would that be? Hello, Brenda. How you doing today, honey?
Well, Omega is very strange because they can be very, very laid back. They can be very laid back.
Right.
Also, sometimes they can have nerdy habits, like, like building things with their hands, constructing something, doing things. But they can be very lazy sometimes also, but they can change. Also, they can be untidy, like the kind of man that throws everything on the floor and you thinking you're going to pick it up, and the thing is, they don't care how they dress. It's like you can go to a formal place. You can go to, and females can be like this too. You can go to a formal place and go in there with t-shirts, jean pants. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The thing is, it's just funny. And the thing is, it's like, they're fully in their own world. It's like, they do their own thing. No one can tell them what to do. Sometimes they need direction. You give them direction. It takes them 3 days to comprehend it. That's how an Omega. Yeah. That's how an Omega is. And the thing what's funny about it, you can teach them. You can tell them this is what's going to happen. This is what you know what's going to happen. Like you said, they have to hit wall to see the truth.
Yep. So what?
And that's how.
What signs are those? What signs are those? What astrological signs?
Well, some like I said, Gemini can be an Omega, a Cancer, a Scorpio, sometimes a Pisces, sometimes a Sagittarius or an Aquarius. Libras can be wishy-washy.
My husband and Pisces.
He's a Pisces. Yeah. Pisces can be a Beta or an Omega.
Yeah.
And Beta is like they put themselves in predicament, and then if they want to change, they go into the Omega mode.
Yeah. Yeah, he went through phases. He really did. Let's see. My June man has an attitude. It's either his way or no way. Many times I've wanted to knock the stubborn out of him, and she's a Taurus. So what are your feelings on a June, which is, I think, a Gemini, and a Taurus?
Well, June, Gemini, like I said, can be both things. They can be Alpha and they can be an Omega. And Alpha wants to take dominance, wants to take control. But Taurus is an Alpha. So they're going to keep on fighting. They're going to keep on doing whatever. It's like she wants to do what she wants to do, and he wants it like, it's his way or the highway. Okay? And it's all about him. It's all about him. He'll love her, don't get me wrong. But the thing is, there's always going to be a battle because the Taurus is feeling like they're losing their identity. They're losing their fight.
Cancer.
They're being.
Is June 30th Cancer?
June is Cancer?
Yeah, Cancer. It's June 30th.
Oh, right. Her birthday's June 30th.
June 30th, he is.
He's a Cancer, and cancers are alpha, but also too they can be betas.
Yeah, same thing.
Betas are like, it's my way. It's my way or the highway, like I said before.
Yeah.
But she's an alpha.
Yeah.
She's used to being independent. She's used to being in control.
Yeah.
She's the kind of person that would write a book and do this and do that, and he would complain about it, what he's doing, until he gets it done, or he wants someone to hold his hand.
Yeah. Huh.
And that's how it is.
May 20th. She says hers is May 20th. That's she said she's a Taurus.
She's a Taurus.
Yeah, we're not doing tarot cards tonight. We are talking with Miss Cynthia Malik, who's giving us some information about her book. She's writing a book on I don't even know the title of it, honey, yet. I don't think you have the title, but it has to do with alpha, omega, beta, and your signs and getting the right match for you, so to speak. Is there a difference between relationship and business matches?
Yeah, there is. It's like, put it this way, like a Taurus, like she is, like a Taurus, and he's a Cancer. Taurus are more business oriented. They'll push themselves to the limit.
Yeah.
You know, Cancers can be really laid back to a point and want someone to hold their hand or do it for them.
Huh. She's laughing right now. She says, is it possible for these two to actually live together?
Well, put it this way: if he changed, yeah. But the thing is, her being an alpha, he's gonna have to in the middle with her, because if he doesn't, then that relationship will not last. Like, especially in the bedroom, he likes to take control when she's not even satisfied half of the time.
So she needs.
It's all about him.
So. So what you do is you need to get yourself a pair of handcuffs. Just strap them right there and say, when I'm done, I'll let you know. Sorry, I had to.
That's right. That point blank. The thing is, it's all about his satisfaction. It's not about her satisfaction. Okay? He has that personality. Once he gets satisfied, he rolls off and goes to sleep. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry. Brenda, I'm not laughing at you. She said you nailed it. No, she said you nailed it. Oh my God.
It's all about him.
Wow.
That's how the personalities are.
Wow.
That's why you need to match up, because you want to be satisfied. You want to be satisfied throughout things in your life.
Exactly.
You're never going to be satisfied if you keep on picking up the other person.
Exactly. I think, I honestly, me, myself right now at this time in my life, because I took 5 years of my life taking care of a man that was terminally ill. And I literally, it's like 5 years later, and I haven't even dated. I have no interest whatsoever. I think I'm enjoying doing what I enjoy when I want. And I think that's the biggest thing. I am enjoying that.
Yeah, the thing is that you're so independent in your life now. You're being that alpha. You're so independent in your life now and everything else, and you can take it or leave it. You know, and the thing is, what you're passionate about is your spirituality. Yep. And what your spirituality is almost your intimacy, you know, fulfillment and everything, you know, and that's how it's going to be, is you being passionate about what you do, what you studied and everything else. And that fulfills what was left when your husband passed away.
Exactly. It was because it was just a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of day shifts, a lot of night shifts, switching off with my kids. So, and and now they're all gone except for one, and he turns 18 in February. So, I mean, literally that'll be the last one. So I think I've spent a lot of time building up what I want to do for me, I think is what it is. And I don't think there's anything wrong.
That's right.
She's been with him for over 10 years.
Oh, it is.
And too much invested in him,
Mm-hmm.
too exhausted. Yeah, she said she loves him too. And that's what it is, it can be that way too. I truly believe that. I mean, sometimes, honestly, I wanted to strangle the shit out of my husband, but you know what? I loved him. It was my place to say whether or not I felt like strangling him that day. Nobody else was allowed to, just me. So, and I don't think there's actually anything wrong with that. Yeah, Brenda doesn't see me dating ever again either.
No, it isn't.
He's my company, my companion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then
Yeah. And the thing is, it's like in Tantra, right? It's like in Tantra, they say, a woman is inside a man until he finds that woman that he has inside him. He will fall in love. Okay? Just like you, when you went to look and everything else, you went through your trials. But when you found your husband and everything else, that was the man that was inside you that you saw.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we were best friends for a while. We had a huge fight. And I literally was going to kick the crap out of him in the driveway over something stupid. But that's when I realized, I was going off, he was going off. So, but he had just lost his son. I had just lost my father at that time. And literally, I guess we chose each other to pick on. So that's what it was. So it's like, where did you guys fall in love? In the driveway. He said I was the only woman that ever stood up to him. So, yeah, it was.
Yeah, and that's the best way. You took it. It's like they say, you took his asshole throne.
Hey, you got it.
And that's what they say. That's what they say.
Oh my God. All right, guys, who else we got here in the chat room? I want to know, give me the signs of your relationships. Let's see how compatible you guys are. So I want to find this out. Okay, I have one. Let's see. We'll take Michelle's old relationship. She had an old relationship, a Gemini and an Aries. But he was straight Gemini. He was a straight Gemini. Not all over Gemini. Straight Gemini.
Okay, the straight Gemini, the straight Gemini and everything, the straight Gemini can be almost like a beta, because a beta has that personality, that switchbird personality of Jekyll and Hyde. Okay?
Yeah.
They don't know where to stand, they don't know where to go, or anything like that. And she's an Aries.
Yeah.
Is she okay? And Aries is completely the strongest alpha female alpha that you can ever. They're warriors. They're ready to fight. They're ready to do things.
Yeah.
They're ready to move on.
Yeah.
They don't like laggers. Okay, it's like the Gemini was riding on her coattails.
Yeah, Dr. Frankincense. Brenda knows who we're talking about. Yeah, and it didn't fit. So as far as Michelle, she's strictly Aries. What would be her best? And her kids have been trying to fix her up. So what would be the best sign for her in a relationship where it would mesh well?
Well, the best sign for her as being an Aries would be a Taurus, a Scorpio, and also a an Earth sign, which would be a Capricorn or a Virgo, of course.
Huh.
As before. Taurus. A Taurus will push you. A Taurus will push you and support you
Right.
and push you further in life.
Huh.
Okay.
Okay.
When the other Gemini, they switch their mind, they're indecisive and everything else. She needs to stay away from like a Pisces or a Cancer.
Okay.
She needs to stay away from them.
All
Because
right.
a Pisces and a Cancer are too damn laid back for
Huh.
her.
Yeah, that's Michelle. That was Michelle. Hello, everybody that I didn't get a chance to say hi to. I'm just having a fun, supposed relationship chat here. I'm not in a relationship. I have no interest in being in a relationship whatsoever. So literally don't send me invites for relationship things. Not interested. If you want to talk business, that's awesome. I'll listen. You want to be a guest? That's cool. Don't even bother talking to me about relationships. So not interested. So I did want to show you. You haven't had it live, but literally check out what I got. You know what that is? It's a golden healer. Yeah, I had a heck of a time trying to find one. Yeah, it took me a while to find one. Okay, so you are a Cancer and you're in a relationship with what sign? Kristen Jr. Okay, Cancer for one. What is the other sign that you're involved with? What is their sign? One is Cancer. I'm not getting the other sign yet. So describe the Cancer to the individual in the chat.
Okay, Cancer is an Omega. He or she can be very nerdy, a researcher, things like that.
Okay.
Also too, they are blissfully in their own world. They can be untidy. They don't care. Some of them can suffer from low self-esteem. But they can change. They can have that makeover. They can go from laid back to high society. You know,
Right.
the thing is that they want to do it. They want to build up their confidence and everything, and they need someone to, like the Alpha, to come in and say, "Hey, I'm gonna push you. Let's go do your hair. Let's go do your nails. Let's go do this and that."
So they're involved.
Only if you want to do it, though.
They're involved with an Aquarius.
Aquarius can be a beta.
Okay.
Okay. And a beta can be fake. Can't tell you the whole freaking story. The thing is, they're too nice sometimes. They're always searching for perfection. They avoid conflicts. They can be very resistant. Okay.
Okay.
Or they can be in a relationship. They can be in a relationship with a Cancer, but act like a loner.
So in other words, they're in a relationship, but they make a lot of independent decisions then.
Yeah. They won't ask their partner. They won't ask their partner. And also too, they're not that very technical. They're the kind of person that it's the same thing all the time, the same routine. It's like, it's on them. It's not on the other.
So the routine, is that the Aquarius or the Cancer?
The Aquarius.
The Aquarius. Wow.
It's the same thing. Nothing has like changed. And sometimes it's almost like they are a kind of person that can be passive aggressive. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like one minute, it'll take so much to get aggravated, but sometimes you feel like you're walking on eggshells with an Aquarius.
Okay. We got that sounds like my relationship. Yeah, and this is Omega, and we're also, she added astrological signs. This will be a book that hopefully is available soon. And when it is, we want to do another review of the book and help her to get some sales on this. She really does have a lot of wonderful information, and she does a lot of research. And I have met her in person, and she really is a very sweet individual as well. So she actually came from here. Just to let you guys know, she came from this area. So, all right, let's see. Who else do we have? Now, I have a son that is, let's see, January, February. Hold on, March. March 10th is what sign? I'm not sure. March 10th.
I think it's a Pisces. No, Pisces still? Or going into...
It's March 10th.
Probably going into Aries.
Huh. Hold on.
They're in between.
Yeah, it's March 10th. It's they changed everything, so I'm really curious here. Let's see. That's one of my kids. So I'm curious to see if this fits his personality. Love him to death, but you know, hey. March 10th. Zodiac. Here we go. Pisces. It says Pisces. All right, so he's a Pisces. Have we talked about Pisces yet?
Okay, still Pisces.
All right.
Yeah, Pisces is in an Omega. Pisces is an Omega. They can be laid back. But also too, they can change. They can change the directions as fast as they change their underwears.
Yeah.
Okay. Also too, they can be untidy, of course. They can be they have nerdy habits. They love music. They love video games. And they're very full in their own little world. Sometimes they can get frustrated. Sometimes they don't like a boss over their shoulder or something like that. They can get along, but sometimes if something irks them the wrong way, they dwell on it.
Yep.
Even if they're in a relationship and everything, they better have a woman that really, really understands them.
She does.
Because they can switch. Yeah, they can switch moves, but they're very technical. They're very nerdy. They got those nerdy habits and everything else. They want direction and everything else. Also, too, they're they go for an alpha female because the alpha female has that precise structure.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And sometimes they need action to get their hands held.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's like my son and his wife, but that is perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Love it, love it, love it. It really does fit them. All right, who else do we have in this chat room here that would like to find out any kind of information or ask Miss Cynthia a question? I always call you Miss Cynthia. Miss Cynthia. She's teaching. So
they call me Miss Cynthia down here too. So
my son, the Pisces there, because I have a Pisces, I have Aquarius, which is the February birthday. I have two Aquarius, one Pisces. Let's see. Joseph is okay. And then we have December, which I think he's a Scorpio. My oldest son, Jacob, he's December 14th. I think that's Scorpio. So he's the one that fixes all my computer stuff. So, and then I have Josh too, but
that's Omega. Scorpio are Omegas too.
Yeah.
You got a lot of Omegas around you, Susan.
What about May 10th is Taurus, right?
Yeah, that's an alpha.
That's an alpha. Yep.
Taurus are alphas.
He is definitely an alpha. Yep.
Yeah.
That was the one that was the MP in the military, went to state police barracks and just bought a house with his wife and kids up in Kansas City. So that's him. He's very alpha, very gonna do it, gonna do it, get it done. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. It really is.
He's
The
an alpha.
information that you have is amazing. And it's funny, all these, everybody that's actually asking is like, oh my God, yep, that's it. That's the relationship. That fits. Now, here's a question for you guys. How many of you out there would still be in your relationships if you knew about this information ahead of time? I would still do it. I would still do it. He made me laugh too much.
But the thing is, Susan, you are an alpha and omega.
Right.
So you blended in with him. You compromised. Okay. The things that he was weak in, you were strong in. You balanced it out.
Right.
You balanced it out. But half of these women out there that are in relationships and everything, and the signs don't match, or the alpha, beta, whatever doesn't match them,
Right.
this can turn into a domestic violence relationship.
Oh, now I understand it. Would that be the truth for two alphas, or what's the lowest one again?
Beta.
Beta. Oh, so
A beta
doesn't get along with the beta then.
No, the alpha gets along with the beta. The beta is just the booty call to them. Okay? Because this female will be easy. This female will be the kind of person that will fake who they are to please the alpha.
Oh.
It's like the female will bow down to that.
Huh. Or the male.
Okay?
Or the male.
Or the male.
Yeah.
It works both ways. We don't discriminate.
No.
But the thing is that that's how it is. If an alpha can take over a beta and everything, that if she wants this male to dominate her, that can lead to domestic violence and everything, and the wife and the children doing without, while the alpha dresses up nice and everything else, and the kids and the wife don't get nothing. Wow. Things like that. It could end up like that. That's why I'm writing this, because the thing is, with these signs, and you look at a wolf pack and see how the dominant one takes over the one that puts his tail under his buttocks and runs away.
Right.
It's just like a female with a dominant male. She folds up in the corner. She folds up in the corner and everything else. She don't have that identity. She don't have none of that. She don't have that independence. But sometimes, as a beta female, sometimes beta females choose to be in that kind of relationship.
Huh.
But they can change it and go into an omega personality.
Here's a question. It's just like a question off the top of my head. You're talking about alpha, omega, and betas. Now, is there a personality trait or one of those that would be more susceptible to have issues with, say, drugs or alcohol?
The beta, because the beta is the kind of personality that follows everybody else. It's just like peer pressure with kids and everything else. They follow. They want to be part of the group. They want to do this. They want to be accepted. They have low self-esteem. That's the beta.
Right. Huh.
Huh. And that's how they are. The alpha would be the one to force the drugs on the beta.
Wow.
But the omega makes that choice. They make that choice. If they want it, they want it. If they don't, they don't. Huh. But the thing is, they're kind of person that lives in their blissful life. They don't deal a lot with the outside world a lot. They deal with themselves and their family and things like that. They keep it in a small circle.
Wow.
But they can be compassionate. They can help people and everything else, but don't get fully involved in their drama.
Huh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But a beta will ride on your coattails and always want to please you. Am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? And looking for perfection. And it's like, okay, it's almost like a beta is almost like a stalker. They want your personality. They want what you're doing. They want what you have in your life,
right,
and everything else. They try to be someone that they're not.
So, and the Omega and the Alpha are more comfortable with being who they are. It's
That's
just
right.
is more adaptable than the other.
That's right.
Okay. I'm getting this.
You getting it.
Might take a couple of hours, but I'm getting it. I'm getting
But
it.
the thing is too, Susan, it's like if you're dealing with someone that, like, say you have a business deal,
Right.
okay, and you got that alpha personality, you're better off making money with an Omega than a beta, because a beta can be indecisive and try to order the product that screw you up in the end zone. You know what I mean? Like you can describe to them, well, this is the shipping cost and everything else. And then they'll turn around and say, well, you never said that to me. That's what a beta is.
Yeah, see, I take care of everything, literally. I take care of everything. I do it all.
Yeah.
So
But with your customer's personality, if you knew your customers' personalities, if they're an alpha, omega, or whatever, an alpha wants to make a business deal. An alpha and alpha are all about business. They want to buy that. They have that dream to make money.
Right.
To make money or buy something off of you that will enhance in their life and everything else. So you're better off looking for alphas and omegas, because the omega wants to change. If they want to buy like a bracelet from you,
right,
and you say, well, it's going to give you good chakra balance or whatever, they want to change. They'll buy that bracelet. But the beta will be so indecisive. You're wasting your time and you're losing 3 or 4 customers.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah. Huh. Wow.
But it's like a system. It's like a major system. And people out there that are listening right now and everything, you might get confused and everything else, but watch a wolf pack. Who's going to be dominant? Who's going to be that beta that's getting beaten up and everything else?
Right.
Although omega, that is the kind of mate that you can have, because the alpha wolf will go to an omega before an beta. Okay? Because the omega is the nurturer, the mother, the ready to be in heat and everything else and whatever, sexually attractive, everything else. An alpha is almost like it's more business. Who can dominate who and everything else. You get more aggressive sex from an alpha.
Right.
Alpha and alpha, that's aggressive sex right there. But an omega is more nurturing, more velvet hands. Put it that way. Beta is a booty. Oh, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and that's it.
Geez. Yeah, so, nope, never been that way. You froze for a minute there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you froze, and then you came back. But, yeah, there's, like, a lot of information on this. And when do you think you're going to have your book done? I'm enjoying this a lot. When do you think you're going to have your book available?
If you came into my office, Susan, I have so many notebooks full of notes and everything else. I mean, every time I go to the store, I'll buy a notebook or something. I'm always writing notes all the time. Notes, 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 notes. I'm like old school. I'm old school. I got notes everywhere. And the thing is, because I go over it again and I research it again and I say, can I find something else about it? Can I do this and do that? And then it's like I just sit here and I say, well, let me put the zodiac signs in it. Can I do this? Can I do? It's almost like I'm recalculating all the time.
Huh. So you're trying
until I get
it.
Yes. I'm always trying to perfect things and everything. For I can understand it, but if I'm writing a book and people that are not at my level, okay, I'm not saying I'm superior, but not at my level of understanding,
Right.
in simpler forms, I can write it in simpler forms and say, oh, okay, I got it. I understand it.
Right.
I'm not going to come out with these big words. I'm
Right.
just going to come out with simple words and that's it. And it could be a small, little, tiny, little thin book, but it's going to have a lot of information.
Yeah, it is. I'm really looking forward to that. I am. Who are you going to get to do your illustrated artwork, or are you going to have done?
I really don't know, but I know the way the artwork is going to be. It's going to be a female on one side, a male on another, and in the middle, it's going to be like a wolf.
Nice. Very nice.
I love wolves. I love wolves.
Yeah, I think wolves are amazing too. I really do love wolves. Wow. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, so you have the book going on and you're working on ancestral, help me out here. Cleansing. Exactly what is that?
An ancestral cleansing is people will come to my office, they'll sit in a chair, I'll put a blindfold on them, and I'll put oil on there. This oil is from the Jordan River in Israel.
Right.
And I put it on their forehead and on their hands and on their feet. And then I pray over them. It's almost like a Reiki, just taking all the negative out of them from their ancestors to now.
Huh.
It's almost, and it takes all that negative dead energy, that resin, that all those burdens that the generations before them have put upon them. And people that have left my office have felt like they're drunk, their back, everything would tingle like something's pecking at them.
So that's similar to like you're working on their aura field, so to speak, because you're cleansing their auric field. Is that very similar to that?
Yeah, it's very similar, but also too, it goes right deep down into their vortex, goes deep down into their vortex, which is vortex cleansing.
Wow.
It goes all through the chakras. It goes all through the aura, but also goes through the generation of sins, curses, anything that even karma put on them.
Huh.
And everything else from their generations gets cleared out. It's almost like a whole new clear slate.
Wow.
It's like for them to start over. The people that have left my office that had burdens on them from 100 years, 50 to 100 years on them, finally went away and everything, and they live better lives and they see things clearer. And they do better things in their lives, and their low self-esteem rises up, and their callings come through and everything. And they get to see again, hear again, speak again in the spiritual, in what they see.
Now, can some people have a clog and not be aware of it? Or are most people aware that they have an ancestral clog?
Oh, some of them don't. Some of them don't. They just live through it. They just live through many things that, that their generations and even their past lives, they they can die a certain way and relive that death all the time until that clog is removed. It's just like your birthmarks.
Right.
Like say that your birthmark is round and it's in a certain area. Sometimes they say you can die in your past life from a gunshot. Or if your birthmark looks like it's longer instead of round, you can die in your past life with a stab wound in that area.
Give me a minute. Okay. 2 questions. Try not to laugh. You might have to just go with it. What if your birthmark is on your butt cheek? 1, because it is, and it's kind of in the shape of a crescent moon.
Well, if it's the shape of a crescent moon, your birthmark and everything else, you died of a burning.
Why on my butt?
Because the thing is, that's how they got you. They got you. They got you when they caught you and everything else. And everything they caught you. They could have shot you in the rear end. Shot you in the rear end, got you down, and the bullet went through your leg, and then you died of a burning because you were a witch in your past life.
Huh. So basically, I got it in the end, huh?
Yeah, you got it in the rear end.
Oh, wow. Wow. I've always found that fascinating. It's like everybody's talking about birthmarks, and I'm like, okay, yeah, mine's on my butt. What does that mean? So it's ridiculous.
Because you have to remember this, Susan.
What?
If you get shot in the butt or stabbed in the butt and everything,
yeah.
If they hit a certain artery inside your leg, you could bleed to death.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh. Holy heck.
And that's how it
literally
is.
bleed to death from your butt?
Yeah, if say that they stabbed you from the butt end, from your buttocks, and the knife was long enough, like a machete, and everything, they could have hit the main artery, main artery in your leg, and you could have bled to death.
Wow. Wow.
And,
that must have been a weird shaped knife, is what I always thought to myself.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you have to think of it. There is knives shaped like the moon.
Mm.
You ever see the reapers thing? You ever see the ones that cut the corn and all that stuff? That's shaped. Yeah. That's shaped like the moon.
It's a small one, but it's
yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a crescent moon on my butt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My butt got burnt first. Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
And that's how you died. I mean, remember, fire rises. Fire rises. And the thing is, you could have cloth on and it hit your buttocks area and it rised up.
Oh, that's true. Back in some of those days, you wore the longer dresses and it could have just went.
Yeah.
Wow. Huh. I always found that weird, but that's okay. I'm cool with weird. Because most people are like, oh, the birthmark's here, birthmark. No, not mine. Yeah, I always get embarrassed to wear bikinis because when I was younger, when you wear a bikini on the beach and when you wear a bathing suit on the beach that doesn't have shorts on it, everybody gets to see my birthmark. Because it's literally butt cheek. It's like, no. Wow.
Yeah, my birthmark is on the side of my breast area. That's where my birthmark is.
Damn.
It's right on the side. It's it's below my armpit, but it's right on the side.
Wow.
And the thing is, it's a weird shape. It's round, but it's a little bit long. So someone could have stabbed me in the side and hit my heart, or whatever it was
Wow.
in my past life. But people said I had many past lives because the thing is, sometimes you repeat your death all the time.
So somebody is going to kill me by stabbing my ass or burning my ass.
Well, you can burn up in the fire. Moon means fire. Your birthmark means fire. You're going to die in a fire.
Oh, wonderful. That's awesome. Well, not today anyways. So now, if you die, I know that your birthmarks are actually a representation of how you passed, but how you passed in which lifetime?
Well, I mean, like your birthmark can be, if you had like 3 past lives, say that you had 3 past lives and you walk through the world as a witch, you're going to die as a witch. It's like you're mocked.
Wow. Interesting. Very interesting. I never really thought of it that way.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is this lifetime, I'm not.
Yeah, but you're a spiritualist.
Yes. Well, I'm.
You're Reiki. I mean, you're holistic.
Yes.
And in other people's minds, you're still a witch.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. Call me what you want. I don't care.
I mean, I'm just saying. I've been called. This is funny. I've been called the devil's bride. I've been called sleeping with the devil. I've been called with everything under the sun. I said, damn, if I slept with the devil, did this, I wouldn't be sitting in mediocre life. If I slept with the devil, I would have millions, sitting on my throne and doing whatever I wanted to do.
Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, my God. We got 10 minutes left to the show. So we've touched on a lot of different topics, but why don't you make a list of a rundown of services that you do offer for people, and then give them the information on how they can contact you.
Well, the thing is, I do tarot readings, tarot counseling and everything, and that's $25 for 30 minutes. That's what I do. I do it on the phone. I do it through Messenger, video, and in person if you live in the state of Anacoco, Louisiana. Also too, I am a soul therapist. You know, I counsel children. I counsel adults that had children traumas, things like that have been molested through domestic violence, different things like that. I'm also a psychic healer. I'm a medium. I'm a channeler. I do paranormal investigations. I also am a high priestess, a master of Wicca. I am also a mentor. I'm a doctor of metaphysics. I have my PhD in that. I also am a doctor of divinity. I am a minister. Also, too, I run Guardian Angels Ministry. I do a lot of healing. I deal with a lot of charities, fundraisers, things like that. I even, get donations for people to have clothes, food, things like that. I'm also a life coach. I organize people's life, Also, too, I'm working on 2 books, the Alpha book, and I'm also working on a book dealing with spirituality 101, dealing with the paranormal, dealing with the dead, dealing with things like that. Wow. So I got these both in the works. Also, too, I have like 3 students now, 2 in Wicker, and 1 in channeling right now. They're doing excellent and everything. And you know something? My youngest one is 10 years old.
Wow.
the youngest one, and she's doing it with her mother.
Very good.
And everything. So the thing is, I do a lot of things. My hands are in everything mostly, but most of all, I'm just doing it to help others and making sure everything is good for other people to understand. There's more out there than you can see with your eyes.
Bingo.
So if you ever want to talk to me, I got a group on there called Guardian Angels Associates. Also, if you want to text me personally on my phone, my number is 337-424-5685. Also, I got Gmail email, which is paranormalexpectations@gmail.com. And when you do the paranormal, do not put the second A in there. Okay? Just don't put the second A in there. So, and you can write me. I also do email readings and everything else. If you have questions, if you're a budding witch out there or you can't understand what's going on in your house, just message me. I will help you. I have no problem with that. Okay? I even do house blessings. I fight demons. I take demons out of people and everything. I'm also a demonologist and everything else. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate. And also too, if Susan don't mind, if you have a question and you can't contact me, go through her. She'll contact me.
Yeah. Yeah, I got her numbers, man. No, I'm just kidding. I'm being a little goofy here. Yeah, sorry about
It's good to be goofy.
My son was calling for a ride. It's like, dude, I'm kind of doing a show. So, can't do that. But I really had a very enjoyable time tonight. Sitting here chatting with Cynthia, finding out a bunch of different information about Alpha, Omega, and I really had a good time chatting with you tonight, and I want to thank you for actually coming on, and also want to remind everybody out there that we're still working on self-care on Thursday, or I should say I'm working on self-care on Thursday, so we're going to be going over it. I know it's labeled actually, which is self-care, but the way that it's being taught has more to do with what's going to benefit everybody, not just the Wiccan. But it doesn't matter. As long as you're positive, that's the part that actually matters. So we'll be working on that tomorrow night. And the Crystal Live show on Susan Swanbeck ATU will be on Saturday. It will be on Saturday this week. Do have some rearranging to do on the board and things. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. I had a blast, and everybody thanks Cynthia. Thank you, Cynthia.
It was nice. It was nice being on the show and everything else. And I hope everyone, if you have a problem out there or you have a question, don't hesitate. Write Susan, write me. No problem. We're not going to bite you.
Nope, not at all. Don't forget, you can always email us at atunetwork@gmail.com. I do check the mail periodically throughout the day, so no worries. I want to say peace out, guys. Love y'all.
Thanks for tuning in.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
No, with Susan Swanbeck and Michelle Sullivan here on the ATU Network. For more information on upcoming shows and appearances, be sure to follow us on Facebook and on the web at awakeningtheunknown.wixsite.com. Voiceover work done by Cody Brain Tespian.
Peace out.